am here today to read you the book called Piggie Pie, and it's written by Margie Palatini and illustrated by Howard Fine. Now this book, when someone says, Mrs. Snider, what's your favorite book? This is the one I always tell people about, Piggie Pie, because it's just so hilarious. It's got a little bit of mixed up fairy tales in it, and it just kind of draws you in with the illustrations. I actually didn't learn about this book when I was a child. I learned about this book when I was an adult and already in college, and I took a children's literature class, and they introduced me to Piggie Pie, and that has been my favorite book ever since. So I hope you enjoy this book as much as I do. Piggie Pie by Margie Palatini. Piggie Pie. And she dedicated this book for Jamie, my one and only. And actually Jamie is her son, and all of the books that Margie Palatini writes, she says has to pass the laugh approval and the giggle approval of her son, Jamie. And the illustrator, Howard Fine, dedicated it to my wife, Rona, for her patience, love, and support. Gritch the witch woke up grouchy, grumpy, and very hungry. Her belly grumbled for something delicious, something delightful, something special. But what? It wasn't purple mousetail stew. No, she ate that yesterday for lunch. Maybe some mashed dragon tongue pudding. No, Gritch wasn't in the mood for anything quite that sweet. Perhaps a taste of boiled black buzzard feet. That always made her mouth water. No, not today. Today, Gritch wanted something truly tasty, something really yummy, something special, and that could only mean Piggie Pie. Yes, Piggie Pie. I can taste those plump, juicy pink piggies right now, Gritch said, smacking her lips. She hurried to the pantry and pulled down her old hag cookbook from the top shelf. She picked off a spider, blew off the dust, and turned to the secret recipe on page 342. Gritch ran her bony finger with the long green nail down the list of ingredients. 1 eye of a fly. She checked the pantry shelves. No problem, said Gritch. 2 shakes of a rattlesnake's rattle. No problem, said Gritch. 3 belly hairs of a possum. No problem, said Gritch. 8 plump piggies. Problem, screeched Gritch. I don't have any piggies. How can I make Piggie Pie without even one puny pink pig? Gritch pulled her hair, she stomped her feet, she paced the floor. She wanted Piggie Pie. She wanted Piggie Pie very much. She said, tapping that lucky wart on her chin. Now, where would I find 8 plump pigs? Now, the illustrations that Howard Fine did in this book are so hilarious. You can see from this picture how angry she is, and I love that he included that wart on her chin. But where do you think you would find 8 plump pigs? Think about that for a second. Let's see. Gritch thought and thought and thought. Aha! She shouted with a jump. The circus! Yes, the circus! The circus? No, not the circus. You don't find pigs in the circus. She thought harder. Aha! She shouted with a jump. The zoo! Yes, the zoo! The zoo? No, not the zoo. You don't find pigs in the zoo. She thought much harder. The farm? Yes, the farm! You find pigs on a farm. There still was just one teeny tiny little problem. Where to find a farm? Where else? Gritch let her bony fingers do the walking and opened the yellow pages to F, where she found a very large ad, and this was it. Now, back before the internet was popular, people used to always use phone books to look up places and businesses. And we called them the yellow pages. So she turned and opened the phone book to this page, and this is what she saw. Old MacDonald's farm, called E-I-E-I-O. Just over the river and through the woods, we have ducks, chickens, and piggies. Gritch put her broomstick in gear and headed over the river and through the woods to Old MacDonald's farm. If you look closely, there's a lot of pigs down there, but they're starting to run towards the barn. I've got got you in my sights now, you little porkers, she cackled as she circled overhead, and she wrote in the sky, "Surrender, piggies!" You see that written up there? I remember something like that from The Wizard of Oz. Now, you have to look at this page very closely to see what the pigs are doing. But don't say anything out loud in your class. Look and see what those pigs are doing. Look really closely. Gritch zoomed in for a thump, 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 arch landing. She spit straw, fanned her still smoking tootsies, and lifted her goggles. There wasn't a pig in sight. "Where'd they all go?" Gritch shouted to a duck. "Hey, duck," I said, "where are all the piggies? I need 8 plump piggies for piggy pie." The duck quack quacked here, it quack quacked there. Here it quacked, there it quacked, everywhere it quack quacked. No piggies. Now I want you to look really close at those ducks and see if you can see what they really are. I see a duck back here. This duck looks a little peculiar though. "What do you mean, no piggies, you dizzy duck?" Gritch screeched into his bill. "I just saw a passel of piggies down here not a minute ago. Hand over those hods, you little quacker." "No piggies," quacked the duck. Gritch pulled her hair, she stomped her feet, she even threatened the duck with one of her most evil spells. The duck was not impressed. It wasn't even scared. It gave Gritch another quack and waddled away. "So who needs a dumb duck?" Gritch muttered. Being careful where she stepped, Gritch wandered across the meadow. "Yoo-hoo!" she shouted. "Moo!" "You!" Gritch said to the cow. "Where are all the piggies? I need 8 plump piggies for piggy pie." The cow moo-mooed here, he moo-mooed there. Here it mooed, there it mooed, everywhere it moo-mooed. No piggies. Now we are looking down on the cow and Gritch, and we can see who's inside that cow costume. But she can't see that. Oh man, is she mad. "What do you mean, no piggies, you lumpy looking cow?" screamed Gritch. "I need 8 plump piggies for piggy pie. Fork over the pork, you walking milk machine, or I'll curdle your cream." "No piggies," mooed the cow. Gritch pulled her hair, she stomped her feet. She even threatened the cow with one of her most evil spells. The cow stared at Gritch, swatted a fly with its tail, and lumbered away. "Cows, who needs 'em?" Gritch muttered. So she tried the barnyard, where she stopped a chicken in its tracks. "Okay, bird brain, where are all the piggies? I need 8 plump piggies for piggy pie." The chicken cluck-clucked here, it cluck-clucked there. Here it clucked, there it clucked, everywhere it cluck-clucked. No piggies. "What do you mean, no piggies, you feathered drumstick?" Gritch screeched. "What's going on here? Where's the boss of this heap of hay?" The chicken flapped a wing toward Old MacDonald. Uh-oh, I hope Old MacDonald doesn't give it away. Gritch looked him over once, twice. "You're Old MacDonald," she said. "Don't look much like your picture, do ya?" The farmer thumbed his suspenders and shrugged. "Look, Shorty, I've been quack-quacked here, moo-mooed there, and cluck-clucked everywhere all over this farm. I need 8 plump piggies for piggy pie. Where are all the piggies?" The farmer looked here, he looked there, here he looked, there he looked, everywhere he looked and looked. No piggies. Take a really close look at Old MacDonald's. Do you see what I see? Feet, a tail, pig ears. "What do you mean, no piggies, you flea-bitten seed spreader? You must have piggies." Gritch pulled her hair, she stomped her feet, she even threatened him with one of her most evil spells. No piggies. Her stomach growled. It grumbled. But there were no piggies. There would be no piggy pie. Now what was she going to eat? Psst, psst, psst. "Excuse me, little lady. Woof's the name. Let me give you some advice. Forget about the pigs. Forget about the pigs, said Gritch, eyeing the wolf. He nodded. They're too tricky. Trust me. I've been chasing 3 little pigs for days. He huffed and puffed. I'm starving. Look at me. I'm nothing but skin and bones. So you guys know what story he's from, right? The 3 little pigs. Gritch pinched his arm. Well, not quite, she grinned. He said that he was skin and bones, but she's thinking, I think there's a little meat on there. Mr. Wolf, I have the most wonderful idea. I was thinking, since you haven't eaten and I haven't eaten, why don't you come home with me for lunch? I'm a very good cook. Why, that does sound tempting, the wolf said, as he looked at Gritch and smacked his lips. Are you sure it wouldn't be any problem? Problem? Gritch grinned. What do you think they're both thinking? No problem at all, she said as they walked off arm in arm. I always enjoy having a wolf for lunch. And as you can see, she's thinking about having a wolf sandwich, and he's thinking about having a Gritch hamburger. Now, the fun part about this story is it ends here. You don't get to see what happens. But for a fun and cool writing activity, you could write a story about who do you think wins? Do you think the wolf ends up having a Gritch the Witch hamburger? Or do you think Gritch the Witch ends up having a wolf sandwich? What do you think? I would love to hear your stories. Maybe neither one of them get to eat each other. We'd have to see. If you would like to write an ending to the story and share it with me, I would love to hear them. I hope you enjoyed this story, Piggie Pie by Margie Palatini. Have a great day.